You wanna know? Like, I have a question. If you guys get a comment like this, would you also feel very weirded out? Because I don't know whether it's because it's like, maybe I'm sensitive. I thought about it. I was like, am I too sensitive? Because this is so creepy. But it's not even like uncomfortable, just unhappy. Like, I actually feel really, really uncomfortable looking at a comment like that. What comment? So, okay, I will say, you know, warning, it will get a little bit graphic, but it is very, very graphic usually. Like, instead of saying, like, oh, you're ugly, they kind of, detail a lot about, you know, since usually the hate that I saw was about, at that time, not recently, at that time, it was about myself. So, instead of, like, insulting me, it's kind of, like, borderline threatening where they're kind of like, bro, if, you know, like, you know, instead of being like, oh, you sleep around, huh? You know, like, I don't like saying that word. Like, like, whore. I don't like saying that word. It feels very, like, I like to curse, but even then I feel kind of like, dirty saying the word whore for some reason. So I'm not gonna say that. I'll just say, like, the W word. Yeah. So instead of just calling you that, they kind of detail all the stuff they're gonna do to you. And it's kind of, like, weird. Is it? I'm not crazy. Am I crazy? Like, I know it's just a comment, you know what I mean? Like, they're not really gonna do it, and they don't even know who I am, and they don't know where I am, so it's like, you're not gonna do it. But it's just weird to see someone say that out loud. No, that's unhinged? Yeah, like, I used to be really, really disturbed by comments like that. I remember the first time I got a comment like that was, like, super detailed. Holy! It wasn't even, like, a sentence. It was a fucking paragraph. Like, someone wrote, like, 4 to 5 sentences just, like, detailing what they would do to turn me into a whore. And I was like,
Patch got scammed for $3.
I don't even like seeing the word whore.
Twitter people are a new
That's
gone are the days of your
crazy.
ugly now.
That's weird. Like, I know it's weird, but I remember the first time I saw that and I felt really sick. Like, I felt sick to my stomach for the whole day. And I thought I was just being sensitive. But now that I think about it, maybe it is supposed to be. I don't know, but I remember I felt really sick to my gut for, like, the whole entire day. And then I remember thinking, I was like, what the fuck did I do to deserve this? Like, what did I do to make you think that way? Also, doesn't make it better. Like, I am very open with the fact that I am a virgin, but keep in mind, I do live in Asia, right? So I live in Indonesia, and here in Indonesia, if you are not married, it's kind of like a norm to still be a virgin. Like, you should not be, like, you should be a virgin if you're not married. You know, it can be a toxic mindset, but it is just what it is. Sometimes you just kind of have to live with it. But I remember the first time I got a comment like that, and they were very detailed about it, and they were bringing up, like, so many things. They were like, yeah, something, like, virginal something, you know, everything. And I was like, I don't know how to explain it. I remember being, like, sick, right? I was, like, so sick reading that comment. Not sick as in, like, disgusted. I was like nauseous. I actually felt physically nauseous from a comment. And I remember being like, am I just too sensitive? These are words, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's an action or something visual. These are just words that are just words by the end of the day. And I remember I thought it was weird that I felt weird about it. Nowadays, I'm not. Because I know this is bad, but I got bombarded with comments like that for, like, 4 months. So, you know, eventually you get numb to it. Eventually you're like, yeah, that's what the other guy said. Yeah, that's what everyone else said. That's fine. But then, it is so weird, no? Shouldn't have read those comments. Here's the thing. Oh my god. I feel kind of bad because if you do like to watch my streams and stuff, you will probably realize there is absolutely no way you can really contact me unless it's on a public platform, right? Like, I don't have an anonymous thing. The only server I'm in is, like, my own Discord server that is, like, heavily modded by my mods. My mods are very chill though, but comments like that get, like, the boot, right? So aside from, like, spaces that is already safe and tailored, you can't really reach out to me even anonymously. But back then, I don't know if you know this. Do you know a website called Marshmallows? So imagine, like, Curious Cat, right? I think there's another website called Curious Cat as well. So these websites allow you to kind of send in a comment anonymously. And it's kind of like a DM, but you don't really have to respond to them. You can if you want to, but you don't really have to. And they can send you like, stuff anonymously. I remember I used to have a Marshmallow for, like, a couple of months. And then I had to close it down, and I felt really bad because, like, I want to interact with my chat. You know, like, a majority of my chat are super duper nice. And like, I want to be able to hear people out. I want to be able to interact with people, stuff like that. But I remember one time I had my marshmallow on my bio and I was like spammed with like the most vile shit known to man. Like, it wasn't even just like, oh, you're ugly, you're stupid, you suck. It wasn't that. If anything, I don't think I even got that. I don't think I got comments that are like, you're stupid or you're ugly or something like that. I get like the essaying, you know, like these comments are essaying and very, very detailed. And I thought to myself, I'm like, dude, if you use these like skills for something good, like writing a novel about wholesome, nice things, you would do a good job. But instead, you're doing this. Wow. Yeah. And then they're so graphic. I can't tell you the most graphic ones I've seen because obviously I don't want to, you know, I don't want to give anyone ideas, but I saw a really graphic one time and I was like, not just chat GPT. No, this is like
I think
vile,
that it's extremely
crude
toxic
shit.
that we were raised to think that words shouldn't have effect over us. If someone's being aggressive towards us, it causes real fear and sadness. You should be allowed to
Yeah.
feel it. Why pretend you aren't? That doesn't make it any less real.
Yeah, I saw for a moment because I remember confiding it with someone and they're like, they literally told me it's like, just ignore it, right? Like, I remember telling someone, like, hey, I saw this comment. It really made me sick and I don't know what to do. And they're like, Michi, just ignore it. And it's like, it's so easy to say that. But once you've read it, it's kind of ingrained in your head. And I can't ignore it. It's kind of fucked up. Like, people would bring up, not just me, by the way. Weirdly enough, no one brings out any male family members, but they always bring out my female family members. It's always either my mom or at that time, my roomie. Like, it's always the females. And they always bring up the females. And like, I'm like, why? Why aren't you saying like, I'm going to do this to your dad? Why are you saying it about my mom? Why not my dad? Not that it makes it okay. It's just
Fries
weird.
got
Sometimes I even get offline donations that say really mean things. That's why now when I'm like, I get a donation offline and I check it and it's so nice. I'm like, wow, this is so good. Because back then, dude, you get notified. It's like, oh, you got a donation. And you check it and it's like so crude. And I'm like, okay. Aside from like how weird that is, right? I swear to God, the internet has gone a bit odd. I don't feel comfortable saying like the W word. And I curse. I'm not like a wholesome person. You know, I curse a lot. I say like fucking shit and stuff, but nothing too graphic. But people that like essay something graphic, it's like you really sat there and thought about this and wrote it out and sent it to me. And it's like, are you okay? You know? Well, no one is born with these ideas. A child doesn't have this idea naturally. You gotta have seen or heard some shit. And it's like, you good, man? And nowadays, like back then, it was still like not okay, but it was still kind of contained to anonymous private, right? It's like you send it to someone's curious cat or marshmallows or DMs. Nowadays, dude, people just feel comfortable doing it publicly, like in public posts, in a public comment. And it's like, I get it. You know, it's like what you're saying, I understand, but why do you feel so comfortable being so crude? That's weird. I feel like dystopian-y. Every time I go on Twitter, I feel like it's not even real life anymore. Like, these people don't even feel like people. Because no way in hell are people like this real. It's like, you feel so comfortable saying this out loud, you know, and your kind of ideas are kind of freaky, man. And you came out of a woman too, you know. And you know, sometimes what breaks my heart is when I see a woman does it too. Like, it breaks my heart. I get it, but like, I know this sounds really mean, but I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I think I'm used to getting these comments from guys mostly, where I'm not saying like, oh, these are definitely
No,
guys, right?
This is valid.
I'm not saying like, oh, the message I get are all from men. No, but I'm assuming it's a guy because they said that they will do stuff with their wiener. So I will assume that's a dude because they talked about their wiener.
I'm gonna keep this vague.
I'm used to seeing like guys saying comments like that. I'm kind of like, bro, I'm so dead inside about it. Like, okay, cool. I've read this before. Copy pasta, man. I swear to God, most of them are copy pastas too. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. And the other person already said that. You're not really original. But when I see a girl do it, I'm like, oh. You know, it's like, girl, come on now. It's not worth it. You know, it's like, I get it. I'm not saying like, oh, you really want male validation. Not that at all. It's like, I understand that this is just kind of the environment you're surrounded yourself with. Like, you have people that talk like this, or maybe someone acted like this towards you, so now you treat other people that way. I get it, but you're talking about other women here, and you're a woman. Do you not feel this? It's like, if I was a guy and I was talking about chopping someone's cock off, I feel like I would hurt. You know, it's like, hey guys, I'll chop your dick off, man. Like, my dick would hurt because I have a dick. So it's like, you're talking about this and you have it. So it's like, do you not feel really uncomfortable writing this down? Because you have the same exact thing. Like, the things you wish upon other women, I'm not saying it will, and I really hope it doesn't, but it could happen to you. And does that not make you uncomfortable? Like, even sometimes when I see comments directed to other girls, I'm just like, even I feel uncomfortable. Because, you know, it's not about the person. It's the fact that you think about this. Like, this is a possibility of, like, how you treat a woman. And doesn't that make you feel weird if you are a woman? Like, I'd understand it more if you weren't, because then you're just saying it, right? It's like, if I were to be like, hey guys, you know, something about like, when I sleep, like, you know, sleeping at night, and then your testes decide to like twiddle with each other, and then your cock kind of snaps in half. Like, if I talk about stuff like that, I don't feel anything because I don't have a cock, right? But, you know, it's like, that can't happen to me. So it makes it like it makes it less uncomfortable for me to say out loud, because it can't happen to me. I don't have testicles. But as a woman, if you say crude things about a woman, you know, you feel it. Same thing if like a guy says it. A guy feels that, but a girl doesn't. So I'm assuming like a girl would feel it, a guy wouldn't. And you say
Thanks,
it. It's so odd.
The one resub.
So weird. And they feel so
Law
comfortable.
dropped from
How
my
odd.
end.
I think some people are just... Okay, I know this might sound bad. I'm not saying they're valid. I think what they do are disgusting. Like, disgusting, but you're not a disgusting person. You know what I mean? Like, your actions are bad. But I don't believe that people are bad people. I don't know. That's just how I am. I'm sorry. I cannot believe that people are bad people. I think what you do can be bad, but I think everyone has, like, a good side within them, you know? Like, you went through shit, you witnessed shit, but it kind of made you a vile person, but you're not actually. It's just your actions are disgusting, but you're not a disgusting human being. You're just doing disgusting things. So if you were to stop doing disgusting things, then you'd be fine. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. I have a hard time believing that people are genuinely just that crude. Because I think experiences shape people, you know? I'm not jaded, but I understand if people are. Like, there will be people that are jaded, and because of that, it affects their actions, I think.